you. That's a hard act to follow, isn't it? Good evening. Are you all having a good time? Oh, great. Well, I'm not from around these parts. I'm from a town in Berkshire called Maidenhead. Has anyone heard of it? Yeah. Good on you. Well, for anyone who hasn't, how would I describe Maidenhead? Well, it's a bit of a concrete 1960s town planner's Orwellian nightmare, I'd say. That's about the kind of thing I can say. Although, strangely enough, it's the most expensive place to live outside of London. So, I don't know how they arrived at that. But it wasn't always like this. About 100 years ago, Maidenhead was in its heyday. And back then it was known as the Jewel of the Thames. Jewel of the Thames. They're lovely. Whereas these days it's more like something you find floating in the Thames. But yeah, it's a funny word, Maidenhead, isn't it? Maidenhead. It must be the only town in the country named after a rather ephemeral part, shall we say, of the female anatomy. Yeah, and I think this name's quite appropriate because my town is, let's face it, a bit of a hole. It often requires a bit of TLC and attention. But it can be a very rewarding experience if you take the trouble to go down there and explore. Anyway, won't go there. Well, I'm rather new to stand-up comedy, as you know, so you may be concerned that I'm not quite the finished article. But don't be alarmed, it's okay, it's cool. Because I always give 100% in everything that I do, just as I did in my previous job as a GCSE exam marker. I've left that now. But just lately I've been thinking, I've hit 40, I'm getting on a bit, not as young as I used to be. Perhaps I should be getting back to more exciting times in my 20s and reinventing myself. So I asked my teenage son for some advice. He's actually sitting down, I can't see him because it's too dark. And 3 hours later, when he came off his Xbox, he said, well, Dad, you know what you could do? You could try listening to some more modern music, not your dinosaur CDs. So I said, yeah, okay, I'm up for that. What have you got? He said, I've got 3 things for you. I've got liquid funk, I've got trance step, and I've got drum and bass. So I wasn't really any the wiser, so I said, okay, I'll give it a go. So I listened to this music, and I wasn't very impressed, I have to say, because I'm a bit old school. And these titles, liquid funk, that sounds like an overpriced cocktail. Trance step, that sounds like something you sleepwalk to. And as for drum and bass, well, that just sounds like half the band have only shown up. Thanks all the same, but I think I'll stick to my Led Zeppelin and my Pink Floyd for now. But yeah, I do try and do my best to get down with the kids and keep up with the latest fashions, as you can see. Well, usually the ones that they sell in Marks and Spencer's anyway. But there is one fashion lately that I do find rather strange. Can somebody please explain to me the point of skinny fit shirts and skinny fit trousers? Does anyone out there wear these things?
Woo! You fit. Yeah, mate. Whoa! Fit.
Whoa! Yeah, I'm talking about the men though. That's one man, I think. Yeah, okay, well, congratulations to you. I mean, what the fuck? Why do they sell these things, I don't understand it. All men now are meant to be stick thin too, like women, otherwise we're going to be classed as abnormal as well. Oh Christ, what a fucking brilliant idea. Row upon row of clothes that no man can ever possibly wear. Not even me. I'm pretty slim. But they do just about fit me if I try. That's only on an empty stomach and if I hold my breath. And if I don't attempt to move any of my limbs. I'll tell you what, it's the last time I fucking go to Primark. Yeah, it's already been old fogey and all that, There are some things about the 21st century that I really love. And one of those is having the World Wide Web at my fingertips all day long, at work. It's brilliant, isn't it? Christ, for the younger people out there, you should have known what it was like 15 years ago or further, being at work, where there's nothing to amuse you but terminal boredom. But no, not anymore, is it? You get to work, the first thing you do is, you don't do any work, do you? You read your emails, check your Facebook, and then maybe do some work for another half an hour and then look again. And then as the day goes on, I don't know, I get a bit bored and I think, what can I look at now that will be legal? And then why then do I think the one thing I need in my life to spice it up right now is a fucking DVD box set? What is it about these things on Amazon with their half-price deals? Shall I buy it now? If I don't, it'll go up next time I look. So before I know it, I've clicked on it, I've bought it, and I quietly forget about it until a few days later when it comes through the post. And then I wonder whatever it was in the world that could have possessed me to think that I needed to own 120 episodes of Lost. I still haven't watched them. They may well end up in somebody's Christmas stocking if they're not too careful. Don't tell them. But yeah, to be fair, there is one big advantage to getting older, which I haven't mentioned yet. And that is all the attractive and broad-minded single women out there in my age bracket on dating sites. There's hundreds of them, aren't there? Christ. These women are all very experienced and they know exactly how to treat guys like me. Oh yes, these are women of the world. They know what they want, when they want it, and how to get it, and exactly how to get me to do it. There's no messing with them. And they're not exactly shy in cranking the relationship up a notch after the first date. Yeah, that's what they want. That's right. I just wish that once in a while that one of these women would actually reply to my fucking emails. But anyway, to be fair, I did meet a girl a while back who did seem to tick all my boxes. Yeah, she did. She's up for anything. She was, how should we say, quite adventurous in the bedroom. She even liked to tie and tease me. Woohoo! Yeah, that's right. I'd buy a tie, put it on, and she'd tell me I looked like a fucking twat. Well, thank you so much, Camden. You've been great. I've been Steve Cann. Good night.